Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
If you're anything like me and you live in the Pacific Northwest, well, you know the struggle is real, keeping your car clean.
Oh, definitely.
It's like nature has just declared war on our paint jobs, hasn't it? You've got the sticky pine needles everywhere,
Ugh, the pine needles.
stubborn tree sap that just laughs at soap, and then, oh God, that yellow-green pollen dust in spring.
Like concrete, yeah. It really sets in. It's a constant battle.
It really is. And that's exactly why today we're taking a deep dive into a local solution. We're looking at Todd's Detailing. They're based in Monroe, Washington.
Right, local business.
And our source for this is actually their website, which I think is fantastic because it gives us a really practical kind of boots-on-the-ground look at what it takes, right?
Exactly. Real world stuff. What a local pro actually offers for these specific problems we deal with.
So our mission today really is just to unpack the services Todd's offers. Everything from, a quick wash to the more involved paint correction, protection options, that kind of thing.
Yeah, what do you actually get for your money?
Right. We want you to walk away with a solid understanding of what these services do, what goes into it, without needing like a PhD in detailing.
Makes sense.
Think of it as your shortcut to being in the know about local car care.
And understanding the value too. What benefits are you really getting?
Absolutely. So let's jump right in. Todd's Detailing lays out their services pretty clearly on the site. First up, the exterior hand wash. Kind of the essential, I think.
It's that first line of defense, isn't it? Against all that PNW grime.
Totally. And they describe this three-step process. Seems straightforward, but important. First, the car gets a foamy soak.
Which looks cool, let's be honest.
Yeah. Then a pressure wash, gets the loose stuff off. But the key bit seems to be the final step. A careful hand wash. They mention using ultra-gentle wash mitts.
Yeah, that sounds like they're really focusing on protecting the paint, minimizing swirl marks.
For sure. And this starts at $40 for cars and small SUVs.
And $50 for the bigger trucks and SUVs.
Which seems reasonable for a proper hand wash, right? Given the labor involved.
Absolutely. Much safer for your finish than, say, an automated car wash with those big brushes.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting for us up here. Dealing with all the sticky stuff. They offer an optional clay bar deep clean. It's an extra $30.
Ah, the clay bar.
Yeah. I've heard of them, but what's the real deal? What are they actually doing?
Well, it's fascinating, actually. The clay bar tackles the stuff that even a really good wash just leaves behind. You know how sometimes after washing, the paint still feels a bit rough?
Yeah, like gritty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's bonded contaminants.
Sure.
Think baked on bugs, tree sap that's really stuck, road tar, maybe even little metal particles from brakes. The website even says it can feel like sandpaper.
Sandpaper, wow.
So the clay bar, used with a lubricant spray, it just gently lifts those embedded bits right off the surface.
So it's not just cleaning, it's like decontaminating the paint.
Precisely. It
Yeah.
leaves the paint feeling incredibly smooth, like glass smooth.
And I guess that's not just about looks, right? It's removing stuff that could damage the paint long term.
You got it. Plus, if you're going to put on wax or sealant afterwards, you want a perfectly clean surface for it to bond to properly. The clay bar prep makes a huge difference there.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Let's move inside the car now. Todd's Detailing offers an interior-only cleaning. Sounds like it's aimed at, life, kids, pets.
Usual suspects, yeah. Tackling those interior messes.
And looking at the list, it seems pretty thorough. They start with a full vacuuming, and I like that they specifically mention the trunk.
And the frunk
Yeah,
for the EV owners out.
the frunk too. Good catch. Then they use something called a vortex air blasting treatment. Sounds intense.
Basically using compressed air really effectively to blow out dust and sand from all those impossible to reach spots.
Like the air vents, seams in the seats, that sort of thing.
Exactly. Places a vacuum nozzle just won't get into properly.
Okay, cool. Then there's steam cleaning. They say that helps sanitize, tackles minor stains, gets rid of sticky spots.
Steam is great, good for sanitizing without harsh chemicals, and it really loosens up grime.
Then wiping down all the surfaces, doors with a protectant, cleaning the inside glass, and conditioning any leather seats.
A proper interior refresh.
Seems like it. This whole interior package starts at $220 for any car, truck, or SUV.
And there's a small upcharge, right, for third rows.
Yep, $20 extra if you've got that third row of seating.
Which makes sense. It's more area to cover. That $220 reflects a lot of detailed work, really getting the inside environment clean and fresh again.
And just like the exterior, there are a couple of optional add-ons here too. An ozone deodorizer treatment for $20.
Yeah, ozone is really effective at actually neutralizing odors, not just covering them up. Think lingering food smells, smoke, pet odors.
Okay, that could be useful. And then for $50, they offer carpet shampoo or, wait for it, excessive pet hair removal.
Huh? I think many of us know that struggle. And honestly, getting embedded pet hair out often needs special tools and a lot of extra time. So that extra charge makes sense. It allows you to tailor the service.
Right. So if you're thinking, okay, I need both, inside and out, they have the full cleaning option. Pretty straightforward.
Combines the two, usually saves a bit of money compared to booking separately.
Exactly. It includes everything from that detailed interior-only cleaning, plus a basic exterior hand wash. They suggest it's great for pre- or post-road trips.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Get everything cleaned up after hauling luggage and snacks and whatnot.
The starting price for the full clean is $240. Again, with that $20 extra for a third row.
And you can still add on the extras.
Yep. You can add the ozone for the inside, the carpet shampoo or pet hair removal, and you can add the clay bar treatment to the exterior wash part of it.
So a really convenient way to get a complete vehicle refresh. And good that the clay bar is still an option there for that deeper exterior clean.
Okay, moving up a level now into more specialized stuff. Paint correction and protection. This sounds like where you go when you want to really improve the paint, not just clean it and make it last.
Yeah, addressing imperfections and adding longevity.
First option here is the Wash Polition 1-year coating.
Okay.
So it includes the exterior hand wash and the clay bar and chemical decontamination. They specifically mention getting rid of tar, sap, road grime again. Seems that's a big focus.
Which it needs to be around here. Decontamination is key before polishing.
Right. Then comes polishing. This is to reduce swirl marks, fine scratches, scuffs, all that stuff that makes paint look kind of dull over time.
Polishing is where the magic happens for paint enhancement. It uses fine abrasives to actually level the clear coat slightly, removing those light reflecting scratches. Big visual improvement.
And then finally, they apply a 1-year lasting CO2 paint protection. Sounds like a sealant.
Exactly. Silicon dioxide, basically. It creates a hard, protective layer. Good gloss, makes water bead up, protects against the elements for about a year.
And this package starts at $300?
Which reflects the polishing work, primarily. That's labor-intensive.
Then we get to the really serious stuff. Ceramic coating.
Ah, the top tier of protection these days.
They offer two options using something called Apex Blue Collar Coating, a 3 to 5 year protection, and a longer lasting 5 to 7 year option. That longer one is an extra $200 on top.
Ceramic coatings are pretty amazing. They form this super hard, semi-permanent layer on your paint. It's incredibly hydrophobic. Water just flies off.
So it stays cleaner longer and easier to wash.
Much easier. Plus, it gives amazing gloss and protects against things like bird droppings, etching the paint, UV rays, light scratches. Much tougher than traditional waxes or sealants.
Okay, the process for this includes the exterior hand wash, the clay bar and chemical decontamination again, and the polishing. So similar prep to the 1-year coating.
Absolutely essential prep work for a ceramic coating. You need the paint perfect before you lock it in under the coating.
And they recommend 1 to 2 days of dry weather after application for curing, I assume.
Crucial. The coating needs time to fully harden and bond to the paint. You don't want it getting wet right away.
Makes sense. The starting price for the 3 to 5 year ceramic coating is $500.
Which again reflects the extensive prep work, the cost of the coating itself, and the significant long-term protection you're getting. Years, not months.
Okay, one last one in this protection category. Exterior wash plus gloss.
This sounds more like maintenance.
Exactly. They position it for vehicles washed regularly, or maybe ones that already have a ceramic coating. Recommended every 3 to 6 months.
Right, like a booster shot for your protection and shine. Or just a way to keep a well-maintained car looking its absolute best.
The steps are exterior hand wash, the clay bar, and chemical decontamination again.
Still important even for maintenance washes to remove anything that's bonded.
And then they apply a 3 to 6 month CO2 topper coating for protection and gloss.
So like the 1-year coating, but a lighter, shorter duration version used more frequently. Keeps that water beading and shine topped up.
The price is $120 for any car, truck, or SUV. And you can actually upgrade that topper to a 1-year coating for an extra $50 if you want.
Ah, okay. So it offers a good balance, thorough decontamination, plus a decent layer of protection and shine. Good for ongoing care.
So yeah, that covers the main services pretty well, I think, from a basic wash right up to multi-year ceramic coatings. quite a range.
Definitely comprehensive.
Now, for the practical stuff, if you're thinking about using them, they're in Monroe, WA.
Got it.
To schedule, you need to call or text them. The number is 425-835-2426.
Okay, call or text.
And their hours are just weekends. Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Weekend warriors. Good to know.
Yeah, an important note, they don't offer mobile services. You have to go to their location in Monroe.
Okay, fixed location only.
And something else I thought was really good, they mentioned on their site their commitment to proper wastewater management, following EPA and Washington state rules.
That's excellent. Shows responsibility. Car washing, especially detailing with chemicals, can generate some nasty runoff if not handled correctly.
Yeah, it's something you might not think about, but it points to a professional operation, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Okay.
Environmental consciousness is important.
And finally, I just really liked this line from their site. We will never promise perfection, but our goal is to make you say, wow, when you first see your vehicle.
Huh. I like that too. It's honest, sets realistic expectations, but still aims high.
Exactly. Managing expectations while still going for that impressive result.
It's a good philosophy.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Todd's detailing, what are the kind of key things that really stand out to you from looking at their offerings?
Well, I think the biggest thing is just how comprehensive it is. They really seem to have an option for almost any need or budget, from just a basic cleanup
Right.
all the way to serious long-term paint projection. And they cover both interior and exterior really thoroughly.
Yeah, the options are definitely there.
And also, their focus on tackling the specific issues we face here in the P&W, the sap, the pollen, the road grime, that chemical decontamination and clay bar step seems really core to their process, which is smart.
Yeah, they clearly know the local challenges.
Yeah.
And for you listening, I hope this has maybe demystified some of the world of car detailing. Whether you're just fed up with those pine needles, like we were saying, or maybe you're now thinking more seriously about paint correction or getting a ceramic coat. Well, understanding what these services actually are is the first step, right?
Absolutely. Knowledge is power, even when it comes to car cleaning.
Maybe you're realizing, hey, that rough feeling on my paint, that clay bar thing, sounds like the ticket.
Or maybe thinking, wow, 5 years of protection and easier washing. Maybe that ceramic coating is worth investigating for my car, especially with our weather.
Exactly. Those more robust protective options, like the ceramic coatings, they really can offer significant long-term value around here, helping keep your car looking good despite, well, everything nature throws at it.
For sure. It's an investment in preserving the vehicle's appearance.
So here's a final thought for you to maybe chew on as we finish up. What specific thing about your car's appearance bugs you the most right now?
Good question.
Is it the inside, always dusty, maybe some kid-related stains? Or is it the outside? Dull paint, swirl marks you notice in the sun, or something else?
Yeah, what's your main pain point?
And now, having heard about these different services from Todd's Detailing, which one or maybe which combination sounds like it just might be the solution you've been looking for?
Something to think about.
Definitely. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.